Home Position K is located on the 3rd floor of NAPCK. This home position deals with non-hazmat as well as hazmat parts. Today we will talk about the picking process of this home position. First, you will begin by retrieving your cart. Log on to the AS400. You will open the 2 sessions on the RF screen, Alt-D and Alt-S. This makes it easier to toggle over for the work assignments. Remember to inspect your cart for any damage by walking around to confirm that it is not in need of any repairs. If a cart is damaged, you will need to tag the cart out of service and retrieve a new one.
When doing this, remember to always wear your gloves. Gloves must be worn when handling knives, metal, and wood.
Then retrieve a work assignment. These work assignments are organized first thing in the morning between locations KAA, KP, and KB. There are regular work assignments that deal with key fobs, carryover assignments, and orders that are only shipped once a week. It is best to see what is on the carryover shelf first because you have to pick that order. No order may sit for 2 days. After you retrieve the regular picking assignment, you will then retrieve a picking unit. Sometimes you will be required to make a picking unit for yourself. The first thing you must check when creating the picking unit is to ensure that the pallet is heat treated. You will then begin to build your picking unit.
Gloves must be worn when handling knives, metal, and wood. Wear your goggles and use your hammer to create the box. Fold down the cardboard flap. This ensures you are not reaching over the box, causing possible strain on your back.
The work assignment labels should be placed on top of your cart. Indicate which label is hazmat and which label is non-hazmat by writing it on your tag. It is best to begin with the hazmat material first. You will scan the work assignment hazmat label and then scan the picking unit case label. You will then proceed to the location indicated on the RF screen. The location reads as follows. The first letter represents the home position that the package is located in. The second set of letters and numbers represent the aisle, while the last set represents the shelf the package is located on. You will then move to the primary location. If you come to a location that is empty, hit the F5 key to find associate locations. Once you arrive at the location, scan it. The RF screen will then state how many parts are needed to be picked.
Check sort as well as binning should have checked parts for irregularities. However, you must check this again. The way to remember this is to think of the acronym TULIP. The T stands for Transportation Information. This means to check to make sure the transportation label is covered. The U stands for the UN marking. The UN marking must be legible and clear. L stands for label. There must be a Class 9 label on it. Class 9 labels must have 13 stripes, 7 black and 6 white, that are even in width and spacing. The top of the Class 9 label cannot wrap around the fold of the box more than 1/4 of an inch. Check to ensure there is no black line running through the middle of the Class 9 label as shown. These are outdated and may not be used. I stands for the identification number. This identification number must be clear and legible. P stands for proper shipping name. The boxes also must be secured and taped properly and be free of all damage. If there is any damage to the packaging, write up a hazmat concern form and place the package in the quarantine area. Remember, TULIP.
If you are in a location that is not labeled as KPA, you will need to scan each part. After checking the box, you will scan the part.
When picking, remember to use the proper ergo techniques. Always use the legs when lifting, keep the load close to your body, avoid twisting at the waist, and use 2 hands when picking heavy or awkward parts, such as fire extinguishers.
Continue on to your next location.
When picking from low locations, make sure to bend at the knees, not at the waist, and follow proper ergonomic procedures. When picking to D locations or above, remember to use a ladder so there is no reaching.
When you are picking, it is good to place the box label up in your picking unit so it is easier for the auditor to see.
Home Position K also deals with paint. This paint expires after 2 years. For this reason, you must first check the bottom of the paint for the Julian date. The Julian date begins with SE. The numbers after SE correspond to a month and day shown here. The year is also stated in this set of numbers. For example, a 6 represents the year 2016, while a 5 represents the year 2015. Also ensure the part number and quantity is correct and that there is no leakage. You will pick the paint the same as other parts but with a different ship label. The RF will ask if you would like to consolidate the paint. You will type Y for yes and then take the paint to the audit area. When the auditor receives the paint, they will place them in a special box to be shipped out in.
After your hazmat work assignment is complete, the screen will read as follows. The screen will then ask if you need to consolidate parts. You will press N for no, then scan the non-hazmat work assignment label. Continue to the location on the RF screen. Non-hazmat and hazmat parts may not go in the same label. However, they are allowed in the same box. For some non-hazmat material, you will be required to pick key fobs. The quantity of these fobs range greatly. Because key fobs are found in aisles labeled KPA, you need to scan only one part number, then pick the rest. To pick the key fobs, retrieve a large plastic bag to place the order in. For an order of less than 10 key fobs, pick these individually. Then staple all parts with the same part number together and place them in the bag. Enter the quantity picked into the RF screen and press enter. If the quantity of the key fobs is 10 to 20, place them in a smaller bag. It is best to do this by counting them out by 5s, then placing them into the bag. You will then staple the bag and place the smaller bag into the bigger bag. On the shipping label, there will be a section that states how many key fobs are in each order. The bigger bag of key fobs may not exceed 10 pounds, which is 200 keys. If the order requires more than 200 key fobs, you must use separate bags. Fill the first bag with 200, then receive a new bag and place the remaining key fobs in it. You will also need to print a label for the bag, as shown here. This bag will be taken to F for consolidation with other non-hazmat parts. Continue to pick all non-hazmat parts until the screen stating Put Away Completed appears. You can then go to SH78 screen to ensure you have picked everything correctly. After picking, proceed to the check sort binning station and CD13 the binning case. If any of these parts flow into your picking order, move them by keying in F9, then physically moving the part. This will help eliminate back orders. Then take the picking unit to audit. You will complete this process until all normal picking orders are complete. The next set of orders you will need to complete are the small orders. These orders have cubic factors of less than 95,000. Tags that have urgent on them must be picked every day, no matter how big or small the order is. These orders need to be placed on the carryover shelf for consolidation and shipped the next day. If they are key fobs, they may be sent to home position F for consolidation. You will continue the picking process as normal. For items going to TMC, TME, or any GCC labels, you must verify the country of origin on the label matches the country of origin on the RF screen. If it does not match, hit F9 to change the location. For TMC, you must scan each part individually to verify you have picked the correct number of parts. After you have picked these parts, you must SSO1 the shipping label. This is because these parts do not go through the auditing process. After you SSO1 the shipping label, you will fill out the clipboard shown here. This is to confirm that all parts with the correct quantity were sent to home position F. Then send the MU down the conveyor to the home position. All non-hazmat parts may be shipped out as soon as the order is filled. Hazmat parts, however, must be shipped out following a specific schedule. The destinations of SET, CAT, GST, and LAT hazmat must be shipped every day, no matter how big or small the order is. There are some destinations, as well as GCCs, that has hazmat parts shipped out once a week, with an exception of LSA, LDL, and Puerto Rico, which can be shipped whenever they are full. The schedule for these destinations go as follows: Monday, UAE, TMC, and Central American locations. Tuesday, Oman and Hawaii. Wednesday, Puerto Rico, Riyadh, Easter, Antigua II, and Micral. Thursday, LSA and Jeddah. Friday, Saudi Gov, and LDL. For destinations that are only shipped once a week, you will pick the parts as normal. After you are finished, you will go to the designated holding area for that destination. You will SH2 from one MU to another MU, which is actually where you will be holding the parts. The RF screen will ask you if the MU is empty. You will type Y for yes. The RF will then ask if this is a full or partial transfer. You will say it is a full transfer. Home position K must be very efficient with their work. All picking must be completed by 12:30 every afternoon in order to begin the binning process. Always remember these key points. Always wear gloves when handling knives, metal, or wood. Wear goggles when building corrugate and fold down flaps. Use a ladder when packages are located in D or above locations. Squat or kneel when packages are on lower shelves. Always use proper ergo techniques. Remember to always double-check hazmat packages for damage, proper labeling, and markings. Place them in the quarantine if necessary. Follow these techniques to be the most efficient in this home position.